Hello everybody and happy Scratchmas day 5. Today we're going to do 3 more candies, possibly 4. We're going to do chocolate covered cherries, a orange cream centered truffle, and peanut butter fudge, and possibly peppermint fudge. So hopefully you guys decide to stick around and watch how to make these delicious candies. And let's just get started. We're going to start by making the creamy centers for all of the candies, and then we will put them in the freezer, and then we'll work on the fudge, and then we'll dip all of our candies. So let's start with the chocolate covered cherries. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is just kind of try and dry these cherries a little bit. These are just maraschino cherries, just from the can, and I did try to get the ones with the stem on it, but you don't have to. Okay, I'm going to start with 1/4 cup of butter. I'm just doing a small batch here. If you're doing a bigger batch, you would make it, use more. I'm doing like a half batch. I'm going to do a 1/4 cup of corn syrup. A little bit of vanilla. I'm just using this vanilla powder. And about a 1/2 pound of powdered sugar. And we're just gonna mix this all together. You can use your hands, you can use a mixer. Either way you want. We're just going to get this all mixed in together. Alright, I'm going to go on and use my mixer. A lot of times I just use my hands, but my hands are getting so dry. I'm trying to wash them a little bit less. So this will cut out one of the washing. That's looking good to me. You also want a little cup of water, because this is going to be easier to do if your hands are a little bit wet, because this stuff is very sticky. And what we want to do is we want to just kind of pat it out, put our cherry in, and wrap it around it. But you don't want too much filling and you don't want too little of filling, so just gotta kind of play with it. You want it to cover it completely though, and then we'll set it down. And we're gonna be putting these into the freezer so that they get good and hard, to make it easy to dip. Then if you can wait a couple days to eat these, they're even better, because this like fondant that we're wrapping around it turns to liquid inside, and it's just a gooey liquid. If you don't wait to eat them and you eat them right away, they're still delicious. It's just more of a cream than a liquid. You just want it around that, however you want to do it. All right, I'm gonna finish this up with these cherries and then get them in the freezer, and I'll show you what we're gonna do next. All right, I'm gonna put these into the freezer and then we will dip these in a little bit. All right, next we're gonna do the orange cream. Now this one, if you don't make a whole lot of the candies, the Buckeye, well really they're all so good, but the Buckeyes and the orange cream, I don't know, they're all so good. The peanut brittle too, but the orange cream is very different. And I just kind of came up with this on accident one time, many years ago. And I had a Kool-Aid packet sitting around, an orange one, and I wanted to make an orange center. And I thought, well, I'll add some Kool-Aid mix to it and that will turn it orange and add a little extra flavor instead of, you know, just using orange food coloring. It did not, but it did make it amazing, and it is a complete secret ingredient. I discovered this on accident and it's amazing. So give this one a try. All you need is some orange Kool-Aid mix, unsweetened. Then you need some light corn syrup, some butter, some vanilla, and powdered sugar, and white chocolate for dipping, or you can do milk chocolate. It's good in either, but we prefer it in white. So let's get this made. All right, this one I definitely want a full batch. So I'm gonna be doing 1 pound of powdered sugar. I'm gonna do half a packet of the unsweetened Kool-Aid. That's up to you. If you want a little bit more, you can. About half a packet though. 1 stick of butter, softened. Some vanilla. You would just use vanilla extract if you have that. And half a cup of corn syrup. And we're just gonna mix this all together. If you want to add orange food coloring, you can. If you want to add a different kind of orange flavoring, you can. I'm just telling you, the orange Kool-Aid, it gives us this tangy, I don't know, it's magical. It really does so good. But you could use, if you don't want to use that, like I said, some just kind of orange flavoring, or orange candy flavoring. And then it gets really crumbly, and then it should just all really start to come together, and it is. Nice and thick. I think the easiest, take a spoon and put it on here. We want this to be creamy on the inside when you bite into it. So I'm just doing it like this, and then we'll freeze it, and then after that we'll roll it just like we did with the Oreo truffles yesterday. All right, now I'm gonna get these in the freezer. All right, next we're gonna make peanut butter fudge. Now, if you want the one that has marshmallow cream in it, I do have that one on my website. I made that for you guys yesterday, or sorry, last year. I'm listening to him talk to me at the same time I'm trying to talk to you guys. But this one I did not, because I don't have any fluff or marshmallow cream in the house, and I was unable to get any. So I am just going to make it old-fashioned vintage style without any kind of marshmallow cream, and I'll share that recipe with you guys. It's just as good. Let's get that started. The first thing I'm gonna do though is just prep what I need to do. I need to sift my powdered sugar into my bowl so that when the hot stuff is ready, I can just pour it in here and I've got my mixer ready to go, and then we'll have the powdered sugar ready to go. So we are gonna do 3 cups of powdered sugar. Now this sits out. You don't put this in the fridge, you just let it sit out for about 3 hours after we make it before it's ready to be cut into pieces. So I got the 3 cups there. I'm gonna just sift that. We don't want any big lumps of powdered sugar. All right, now this is ready to go. We can move over to the stove. Okay, so in our pan here, we're gonna do 2 cups of sugar, or you could do 2 cups of brown sugar. I'm doing 2 cups of white sugar. We're also gonna add a stick of butter. Three-fourths a cup of whole milk. Then I'm going to do just a drop of molasses, just a tiny bit. And I'm going to do a pinch of cinnamon, just because I like cinnamon and anything peanut buttery. Now we're going to stir this and let this butter and everything melt and let it come to a boil. If you use brown sugar instead of white sugar, then I wouldn't add the little bit of molasses. Unless you're like me and you love molasses. Alright, we're just going to let this get all melty. Okay, now that this is boiling, we're going to go on and boil this for 2 minutes and just stir constantly. Alright, it's been a couple minutes, so I'm going to move it over here off the heat and turn it off. And add a cup of peanut butter. And some vanilla. You would just do vanilla extract. And stir this all together till that peanut butter is melted in here. Already smells so good, and we haven't even added all the sugar. Just a little. Now I'm going to pour this hot mixture over the powdered sugar. Get all of that out of there. Now we're gonna mix it with our mixer. One thing I think this is missing a little bit is salt. So I'm gonna add a little salt to this. And just mix that in again, and then we're gonna put it in our other. Now I'm just gonna pour it in here. Get all of this in there. And then I'm gonna just push it all in here. It's hot. I don't want to touch it much. A couple little lumps of powdered sugar there. It's definitely different than our normal. Our normal is we sit around and stir it forever with the marshmallow cream in it. So I'm excited to see how this one turns out. It's just one of the old-fashioned vintage recipes that I found. All right, we're gonna let this sit now for 3 hours to cool off. All right, all that's left is to dip these candies. I was going to make 9 candies this year, but we'll see how I feel tomorrow. I might not make any more. We might just keep it at 6. I've made all of my family's favorite, and I'm ending up with plenty for Charles's work and Luke's therapist. So I don't know how much more I'm gonna make. We'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Either I'll have more candy for you tomorrow, or I'll just have some kind of dinner or something from scratch. But let's get these dipped. I'm gonna start dipping the orange cream first. They're so good. Definitely probably one of my favorites as well. All right, so here we have the orange. I'm just gonna kind of try and roll them a little bit smoother so there's no pieces like poking out everywhere. And then I'm just gonna dip them in the chocolate. And again, I like to just use a little wooden spoon when I do it. And then sticking to the spoon though because it's frozen. That one's gonna look a little crazy, but that's all right. It's hard to do this and show you guys at the same time. There we go. And then a little swirl on top. I'm just rolling them, just keep the pieces from being too pokey, like I said. Swirl on top. That's it. That's all you do for these amazing orange goodness. Truffles. All right, so next is the chocolate covered cherries. These are much easier because they have the stem. If you don't do it with the stem, then I just do it the same way that I do the other stuff when I dip. But with the stem, I'll try and do this so you guys can see. Makes it very easy because you just dip it in and pull it out. And that's it. I'm just gonna do this with all these cherries. And these I will most likely double dip. But I'll show you, I've got one here, doesn't have a stick or stem, so I just toss it in there, just same as I do the other one, the other dipping. A little swirl on top. Alright, so this is the tray of candy that I am sending with Charles to work, and what it all looks like when it's all put together. Okay, so now Charles is going to do a quick taste test for you guys. He's going to try the chocolate covered cherry, the orange, and the fudge. I will tell you guys, if you want the good fudge recipe, look at last year's video. Go in under peanut butter fudge in our website. I'm not even going to link this fudge recipe. The flavor is good, but the texture is not what I prefer. So if you guys are making fudge, I would make the other one instead. They're playing hide and go seek. I would make the other one instead. Okay, Charles is up.
All right, where do you want me to start?
I don't care, it is up to you. The crumbly fudge. We're used to ours is very soft and just melt in your mouth, and this is crumbly and drier.
So it is crumbly, but it does melt in the mouth.
And it's very good taste.
It's like just totally just dissolves.
Mm-hmm. And it's a very good taste. But I prefer our regular better. And you guys, I'm sorry about the lighting in here. We're trying to use these grow lights to give a little more light. Charles is working on lighting in the kitchen. That's like very yellowy and green, and we just have awful lighting in here, but Charles is working on it. Alright, now the orange. Those are one of my favorites.
So we're going to see how peanut butter does with an orange chaser.
Probably not that great. I know, that was so good.
Very creamy.
Now the chocolate covered cherries, in all fairness, he's going to try it for you now, but they really get better with time. They'll be more of a cream now than they will later. They'll turn, like I said, all liquidy. Those are so good. I already ate one of those. The orange. So good. I thought about maybe doing a blue raspberry and trying and seeing what that tastes like, and do a little blue sprinkle on top of the white chocolate to be like a frozen, you know, kind of thing. But I don't know how it tastes. I'll let you guys know if I try that.
I feel like ringing it like a bell.
He is not good at this. Those are one of his favorites.
Probably my all-time favorite.
More than peanut brittle? Really? Well, how'd they turn out?
Like I could put myself in a sugar coma today.
But you know they're better later.
Well, that's fine. I'll wait. I still need to eat dinner yet.
I haven't even made dinner, but it's only 3:40. I'm gonna edit and get this up, and then I'll make dinner.
But again, I can't promise that container I'll make it to work tomorrow.
Yes, it will.
I may get there, park in the parking lot, and just call in sick to work and sit all day and just eat them all. I'd really be sick by it.
No, he won't. If you guys are having like barbecue or something, they're bringing in barbecue, city barbecue or something.
But very good. Absolutely very good.
Thank you. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for tonight. That's the 3 candies of today. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, everybody. Have a great day or night, wherever you are.